What's going on, everybody? So, I think we're getting ready to start working on the Dukes of Hazzard General Lee build here in the next couple days. My TT02 Tamiya chassis should be here tomorrow, I think. I've already got one of the most important things for the chassis right here, as far as if you're going to build a Tamiya TT02, you really want to go ahead and get bearings for it. Now, I didn't get the Fast Eddie ones or whatever. They're expensive. But I did get a kit that is supposed to be for the TT02 because they come with bushings. And we all know if you're going to build an RC car and you got the opportunity to get rid of bushings, do that. So now, before our little viewer who says you need to wash your hands before you make a video, who never has worked in his life, check these bad boys out today. That's right, it's working on a carburetor. Well, actually, it's on this one end. It might be resin, I don't remember. But anyway, car issues again. So now, we got the bearings. The biggest thing to build the Dukes of Hazzard car, obviously, is the Dukes of Hazzard car. But other than that, is going to be getting the wheels. I want the Vector wheels that go on there. They need to be 3D printed because you cannot just buy them. Although, I did see a Team Associated vehicle, rally car, that basically has the same wheels on it, but they're white. You could paint them up, and they look right. But they're not very cheap. I looked at them too. I think the 3D printed ones would be cheaper. I have a friend that can print them if I can get the file for them. But anyway, just because the TT02 that I have comes with some crappy white wheels, I would then just bought some super cheap ones to go on it for now that looked, you know, more my style, something I liked. They're not going to be Vector wheels, but they have a good tread to them. You know, probably won't last long. They're super cheap. But I think they look better than what comes on the TT02 chassis that I'm getting. Now, when you order a TT02 chassis, basically you pay, the price you pay depends on the body you get. I bought pretty much one of the cheapest ones. They all have the same chassis. They are adjustable to a certain amount of wheelbase and all that. The only difference in it is the body and the wheels usually. If you're getting the rally version, there's a whole bunch of those. That's what I think I went through. I'll show you the picture of what I'm getting right there in the corner, which it should be in this video, depending on how long I make this video. So, anyway, I went with the cheapest one because I don't care about the body and I don't care about those wheels. If it had a set of wheels that might look like the Dukes of Hazzard, I'd have spent more money to get those, but I was going to get the Slug Bug, and it was like $50 more just because it was the Slug Bug. And I was like, nah, let's just get the cheap one. We're not using the body. Not even going to paint it. Might even, you know, give it away or do something with it. I don't know. Might turn it into a cop car. I don't know. So, there's that. Now, let me see. We got the Dukes of Hazzard car over here. I have not even run this in stock form yet. And why, you ask, is because of that stupid horn. I love the horn. I don't mean the horn is stupid. But as soon as you give this car throttle, it honks 3 times in a row. And then when you let off the trigger, and then you back up, and then you give it throttle again, it honks 3 times in a row again. Repeatedly and repeatedly. So, even when I do run it for its first test run today, I don't know how long I'll leave that horn wire plugged in for. So now then, look at these tiny wheels that are on this thing. The TT02 has an adjustable wheelbase. This here is approximately 10.5 from center to center. A TT02 at its longer wheelbase is 10.2. That's only like 3 millimeters off, or well, not 3 millimeter, but like a 3/8 of an inch off or something. It's not much. The 10.2 and a quarter, or a 2.5 would be 10 and a quarter. A 10.5 would be what this is, 10.5, maybe 10.6. I don't know. It's a little bit over, maybe. So anyway, we're only at 1/4 inch to 3/8 difference on the wheelbase. And now that I'm sitting here looking, it almost looks like these front tires are a little more forward. So if it was a touch short, you know, I might be able to do a little adjusting. So all right, now I think that looks like it's done lost all suspension, even though people like them low down rides. I prefer it up a little bit. Check this out though. Oh yeah, now that ain't the stock wheels, but I think if them were on there proper, they're gonna look pretty good. Obviously they're just sitting there right now. I just kind of stuck them up there, but hey, you know, it's holding the front tire in the air by having that tire back there. Look at that. Some great suspension there. The tire might be in here anyway. No, okay. So anyway, guys, one thing I forgot to mention so far, I have applied again with Amazon through their associate program to sell items. I'd done it before, but I never sold anything because I never knew how to put the link in the description. It's not as simple as just the FMS one was. That was just so simple. They gave me the link, I used it. This one, every item I sell, I have to get that link, put that link in my description. But the good news is, if you click on that link for that item and then you're on the Amazon page that it took you to, if you shop while you're there, I get commission off of whatever you buy, basically. I don't think I have to share the link. I mean, you do have to use my link to get to Amazon, but, you know, if you go there for these tires, but you buy that gimbal after you went there on my link, I think I get credit for that. But anyway, speaking of the gimbal, everybody asked me which one I use. So we are going to put that link in the description. They're on sale right now for $167, but you got to look because they're also $209 with the AI sensor on top and everything. But the link I'm sharing, it's $167 with the AI sensor, the whole works. I don't know why they're also $209 on other people's store. I guess not everybody's selling it that cheap. So I'm going to put the link for that in there. I'm going to put the link for these tires and the link for these bearings and the link for the TT02 kit that is on the way. Maybe somebody will buy something and I'll find out if it's working or not. I have to at least make 3 sales in 180 days in order for it to not get closed out. And that's what happened last time. It just got closed out because I didn't even know I was approved the first time. I mean, I don't even remember signing up. But anyway, we're going to take this thing outside, stock form today, do some ripping. Well, I doubt we're going to do much ripping, but we're going to let the horn blare while we do circles so we know what it was before. And I can't wait to start building that dang TT02 chassis. That's a lot of stuff to put together, it looks like, but I really am looking forward to building this General Lee. I got to get the Vector wheels though, but for now, it is what it is. At least they're a little more modern, you know. So, alright guys, don't forget, click on those links. Let's get outside. Well, it's every bit as bad as I thought it'd be. It does not have any proportional anything. So, when you give it gas, nothing happens unless I squeeze it that last click. And then the horn will go off when you give it gas every time, 3 times in a row. Ready? Yeah. And then when you back up, nothing until you like really get it. And we got some turning. The steering, same way. Look at this. Like nothing happens until you. Oh, and it's hard to turn too. Like I need to like loosen the screw. Hold on. There we go. The wheels. Look at this too. What the? Oh boy. It needs to be on a toy grade chassis for sure. Wow, this is hard to drive. You can't even steer this thing. God, I cannot turn it. There we go. Uh-oh, I can't hit reverse. Come on now. Oh, I got to pull the antenna. I forgot. Gotta have an antenna turned on there. There we go. Oh, wow. I might be able to do one of them whip arounds. Let's see. Ready? Like this. Get it, get it, get it. Oh, I turned the wrong way. Which way do I want to go? That way. Okay, ready? Here we go. Let's get it. Watch this. No, it didn't happen. Uh-oh. Don't break the brush guard. Oh, shit. I said don't break it. I didn't even see that pole there. Pretty tough brush guard. Cool. Got a chip in the body already, it looks like. I smashed her pretty good right there. Brush guard didn't help it. This thing is just too hard. It doesn't turn at all. I have to squeeze this with my hand in order for the wheel to turn with it. If I do this, it doesn't do nothing. So I actually have to squeeze it while I turn it here. Let's try to do this a little safer. Think it can go off-road at all? I don't. Oh my God. Can you believe people paid money for this thing? God dang, can you believe how, never mind. I was gonna tell you how much I paid for this thing. But I knew ahead of time that we were not gonna keep it together. I'm a Alright, now at one point I asked myself, do I want to actually take this thing apart after as much as I paid for it? And after running it outside for the first time, you damn right I do. This is the worst RC car I've ever driven. I've driven a lot of bad toy grade RC cars. This takes the cake. And I'm not talking about just the way the car itself performs. The controller is the issue here. Okay? It's all or nothing because there's no proportional, which is fine. So they should have made it to where as soon as you give it gas, it goes. But instead, all this is nothing. And then down here, you got to like squeeze it real hard to go. Or it does nothing. If right here, it does nothing. And then all of a sudden, and then it goes. Same with reverse. All this, hardly nothing. You get it, like, jam it up there, and then it'll go in reverse. So when you get it going, and you try to turn one-handed, obviously, it does nothing because the same way. All this little bit does nothing, and you see my wheel is just turning. It needs glued. So you have to use two hands. You have to squeeze the tire and go all the way and all the way, because all this in between there is not doing anything to the steering. And then all of a sudden when you get there, it goes, yeah, that's the steering. So it's basically impossible to drive one-handed without smashing into things. I hit the pole out there one good time, and I thought, well, good thing for a brush guard, you know, and brush guard took 0 damage, and I still got a dent in the body somehow. If I can see it here. Look at that, right there. Got me a little nick in there. The brush guard didn't save nothing. As far as it sticks out, you'd think it would have. I guess I must have hit right on the edge here, and it just folded it, but even down here you'd think would have took some impact. Oops, sorry. I'm horrible at this. So I was gonna go out and take it down the street, you know, and get me like some slow video, some B-roll, whatever they call it around there. But I can't drive this thing one-handed. I can't steer it. It's all or nothing for one. And for me to film it and try to get a decent shot of it, it's just going to be almost impossible. So we're just going to start tearing it apart in in the next video, at least in the next video with this, that Tamiya chassis is going to be awesome compared to what we have here. I know they're probably not the best vehicle, but they're very popular. A lot of people buy them. They got the on-road, and all you do is put it together a little different for the rally, which you switch a few things around. It gives it a little more ground clearance for the rally version, and put on some different tires. So we're going to build it for the rally version because I want it up in the air higher. I want more ground clearance, and I want my tires to be down below the fenders, not up in the fenders. You know what I'm saying? If I built it low for an on-road, then we'd end up with this here kind of look. And when you go to a bigger tire, that's not going to work out very well, having them up in there. So, then we're going to look so good on here, even though it's not the wheel I need. Now, as soon as I get the 3D print file, I'll get the vector wheels for it. The reason I went with the TT02 chassis instead of the Kyosho Phaser. Kyosho Phaser actually might even have a closer wheelbase, but the width of it was a little wider, and this body is kind of a little more narrow. The TT02 is a narrow car, basically. So I went with that because of that reason. Now I could put wheel hexes and make my back tires stick out further than the front because it looks like the back is wider on this car, which is pretty cool. If that's the case, I'll put some little bit of wheel hexes in the back because they don't have to steer. You can make a little more adjustment back there. Up front where you do the steering though, you got to make sure you don't get too wide so you can make it steer, So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Again, guys, use the link in the description if you want a TT02 or bearings or the wheels or anything for it. I think if you just click on the link and let it take you to Amazon on whatever I shared, then when you get there, search for the item you're looking for. I might still get the commission. So just give it a try. If you're looking for something on Amazon, just go ahead and click on the link in the description. It's going to take you to the TT02 or wheels, whichever link you click on. And then at the top of the Amazon page, search what you're looking for. And I might still get the commission. I think that's how it works. I don't know. That's kind of how, that's how FMS works. So I don't know. I might have to share the link to every single item in order to get a commission. I don't know. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you. We will catch you on the next one. Please like, subscribe, share, click on the link, all that good stuff. And we will catch you later. Peace.